Lights, camera,
Rolling.
action.
Welcome to my podcast, Let's Talk About Verticals, a place where secrets are spilled, stories unfold, and the mysterious world of verticals is revealed in all its glory. Behind the scenes, oh yes. Exclusive insights, absolutely. Eccentric characters, you bet. So pull up a chair, pour yourself something suspiciously strong, and prepare for a conversation you didn't know you needed. So welcome to the podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. And now, let's talk. Hello and welcome to a new episode of the podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. Today it's another one with a director, producer, and from the UK. So not always the American ones. I'm moved a little bit nearer to my hometown, and I want to welcome Dan Lowenstein here in my podcast and say hello to the UK, or better, good morning.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine, because the great thing is we are only 1 hour apart and not like my normal chats 9 hours. So it's all also here morning still.
That's good.
So,
we connect in the same time zone, which is nice. Yeah.
yes. I have a question for you for the beginning. What was your start in this day like? Having some great breakfast? Are you the breakfast type, or are you one chilly-willy, slow starting person, early bird or not?
Slow. I've never heard that expression before. This morning I have had my coffee and I'm taking Shilajit at the moment. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
No.
It's this Himalayan kind of stuff you get from the Himalayas, and it's a very powerful substance which gives you energy and power and virality. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It keeps me going, especially when I'm shooting verticals. You need all the energy you can get. So I'm taking Shilajit to keep me going. And I'm also quite jet lagged because I got back from Canada 2 days ago, shooting out in Canada. So I feel a bit confused and floaty.
So, did you shoot in vertical in Canada or a horizontal?
Yeah, vertical. Yeah.
What's your focus at the moment in shooting? Are you doing both, or are you doing more stuff in the vertical scene at the moment?
Currently, verticals are taking over, which is interesting. I was initially a bit scared of the format, maybe 10 months ago, and now I've fully embraced it. It is what it is. It's part of my life. It's an additional part of my name is Dan Lowenstein, vertical director and horizontal director. So it's not something I'm hiding from anymore, which is nice, because the Guardian did an article on me and on the format.
Yes.
And that opened up a lot of questions, a lot of press, a lot of people coming to me with confused expressions on their faces. And I was
understandable.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, the UK is getting there now since the article. I think the Guardian were the first one.
In Germany, it's not very popular, verticals.
Okay. Yeah. Mm.
So when I'm talking about verticals, everyone is asking, what? What do you mean? Yeah, something you can watch on the handy, because handy format. Okay. So
yeah, that's literally it. Yeah. That's part of the conversation. But now in the UK, especially the media kind of production companies, streaming platforms, all those people are getting really interested in it because of the success of the numbers of it and the profit margins, and the kind of the money behind it is very interesting to people. So I think I'm getting a lot more inquiries now than I used to get, which is nice. But I'm not forgetting my horizontal work as well, of course. I'm still I have 3 features financed, some TV stuff as well. So I'm trying not to just only focus on verticals, because I think it's good to do both. You need to keep the content elevated as much as you can.
What were the reasons you were afraid of verticals in the beginning as a director?
I think it was just unlearning everything you've learnt over the years, and of as a director, as a freelance director, you're hustling, you're trying to get into the right meetings, trying to get in the right projects, and you learn a certain way of working when you're on set, and you have a sort of a quality standard that you're trying to hit each time, and you're trying to create a tone for your directing work, a voice as a director. Every director has their own voice. So I was getting there. I was getting like a nice. I mean, still am, of course, but and then verticals came along, and it's very hard then to put your voice onto verticals because of the format, and the storytelling is so
different.
It's so different. Yeah, it took me a while to understand what it was. It took me a good 10 projects probably to really fully get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a slow learner. But now I've done 20 or something. I can't remember how many I've done. So I've done lots, and I've fully grasped what it is that, one, the client wants, and two, what the audience want. So it's kind of, I'm really kind of in the zone of it now, which is kind of interesting. So it's a whole different mindset in comparison to my feature or directing stuff or my TV stuff. So it's almost like my brain is split into two. But what I found is that when I'm doing horizontal work now, I'm putting into my vertical kind of learning, into that. So it's kind of really interesting. I'm getting a lot more out of the time that I've got on set. So I'm able to produce a lot more content, a lot more coverage, a lot more options for the edit. Everything is, and it's still, the quality is still there. So I'm obviously, subconsciously something's happening. Maybe it's the Shilajit. Maybe it's these crazy vitamins are helping. I don't know, but also it's just when you're working that fast pace, your brain just adapts to the speed of the set. So when you're transitioning that into horizontal work, it's quite interesting because you're able to just work much faster and much more efficiently.
So what was your thought? What were your thoughts after doing your first vertical? Did you thought, holy shit, what was that? Or did you think, okay, interesting, I think I can arrange with that kind of work, or not?
It was a baptism of fire. So like I was on set thinking it was going to be a fast-paced shoot because I saw the schedule, of course, and I was like, wow, we're shooting 15 pages in a day. I mean, that's completely insane, And then you get on set, and then you're like, okay, it's action sequences. People haven't really got much action experience. There's a stunt coordinator, but he's not really fully aware of the format either. So everyone was learning at the same time. So everyone was confused basically together, which was quite nice. There was no one was the expert there apart from the client, the Chinese client there. So she was sort of teaching us, I guess, of what this thing was, because it was number one for everyone on set. And I think we were the first one in the UK actually at that point. Or at least the second or first. I'm not sure who got there first. There was another company as well, but it was February, March last year. So I think, I'm not sure if that was the first or the second. I'm not sure, but it was early days. And yeah, so we were all just kind of experimenting together really and trying to get through the schedule as best we could. There was no real, I was having fun. As day one, I was like, this is going to be crazy. Let's go. And I was embracing it,
We are all in it. We are all totally new. Exactly. So try our best. Yeah. What was the title of this first vertical? Do you know it?
Yeah, it's called Mafia Lover. It's on Drama Box.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's that one.
Yeah, the thing is, do you always shoot in UK verticals?
The last month, I've been away for months now. So I did one through a UK production company called Onset Octopus. I went to Italy, but it was a UK production. We shot in Italy. So I think, according to them, that was the first one that was a UK production that went abroad.
Yes.
Usually it's that you kind of shoot locally to the production company.
Yeah.
But in this case, the client wanted that Mediterranean feel. It was called Set Sail, and it was based on a yacht in an Italian market town.
Yeah.
And it was it was beautiful. It was crazy shooting a vertical Italy because the pace of life is very beautiful and calm.
Yeah, Italy is a really nice country. Was it your first time in Italy?
No, I've been to Italy I've shot in Italy many times, but never a vertical.
Okay.
And then I went to Canada, obviously. Yeah.
Canada, okay. No, I think Europe, especially Italy, will get so important for the vertical industry, because I heard a lot from shootings which took place in Italy already or will take place in Italy in the next weeks or month. So normally first one was always Lithuania or Turkey. And now I have the feeling that Italy pushes hard to get also a location style. I wonder if maybe France will get as well as vertical scenery, because France is also really beautiful landscapes. And
Yeah.
Michael Vaccaro told me that he's thinking that Europe will get more and more vertical scenery because it's much more cheaper to produce in Europe and fly the actors from the US over than shooting in Los Angeles. So
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the case. I mean, we had 2 actors on that project in Italy from LA. So we had Andre Prunilla and Sky Kawai. I think Kavai. I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing his surname. Sorry, Sky. But both beautiful guys. Really, really great work with them. And but it was that was the format. We flew them out. Well, I say we. I didn't fly anyone out. The production company flew them out. And yeah, it was lovely. And then everyone else was either UK supporting roles or local supporting roles from Italy. That was the format.
So, did you enjoy the Italian food and the pasta and pizza?
Of course. I mean, I did eat. We did eat a lot of food. I felt huge every day, which was good. But also slows you down a little bit in the heat and such a big belly.
I love the Italian lifestyle. Totally, they are also nice, friendly, and chilled people, and always good food in Italy. Yeah. Anytime good food.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
we were shooting in what was it called? Porto Stefano. It was the name of it, which was this tiny little town right on the sea with this amazing marina full of yachts and fishing trawlers, and it was very local. Like no tourists at all, apart from us. We're the only ones.
Who chose this location to shoot?
The production company did, and I think. I'm not sure why, but it ticked the boxes for the concept, the narrative.
Okay.
Which was great.
Who cast the actress for the scenery? Do you?
So we had Leanne is part of the casting team.
Okay.
So she works a lot with the production company in the UK. So she did the call out, and then obviously through the client and Leanne and the production company, they figured out who was best fit. But Andre was quite a big contender from the beginning, and I've worked with Andre 3 times now.
Okay.
Andre Prunilla, who's great.
Yeah.
I love him. He's fantastic.
I saw a few verticals with him. I love his attitude in acting, and really nice one.
He's a good human. Good human.
Really nice. When you started shooting verticals and you got a newbie in this industry, did you think that you will do it so much and so long? So many verticals?
I had no idea. Everyone was a new experience, and I didn't really think this is now my life or my job. I just thought this is gonna, it's consistent work. And as a director, especially in the UK, a lot of my friends are, they're not working so much, or they're hustling and trying to make their own projects and stuff, which it's a double-edged sword, because being busy is fantastic as a director, because your brain is a muscle, and you're always flexing, always training it. But then also your own personal projects have to take a back seat.
Yes.
Which is the negative about being so busy. But I would never, obviously I have a family, I have a mortgage, so I'm very grateful for the consistent work. And also I'm very grateful for the opportunities that verticals have brought me, which was unexpected. Which was, I wasn't expecting the UK to be so open to the format, but I think everyone can now see the possibilities and the potential of what it is. Because I still believe quite firmly that we haven't really started with it yet. It's still very much in its early days. Like a lot of genres haven't been touched yet. A lot of shooting styles haven't been touched yet. There's lots of things that haven't been done yet, which is really exciting for anything in media. Like to be the first to do something is nearly impossible,
Yeah.
But with verticals, you have the opportunity,
What do you think? What will be the future of the verticals? Where is development needed, improvement needed, or what is going well after 1 year, 1.5? What do you think?
I think storytelling and scripts are where it should always start, as with any project. But I think with Script development, I think there's a whole range. You have the scripts that are just like rinse and repeat, the same storytelling, the same structure, same characters, everything. And there's some that are trying to be brave and deviate slightly from that. But I think from my point of view, I'd love to include the UK more from the beginning, and ideally get finance and get kind of support from the UK originally, so that we have full control, UK and Europe, not just UK, but just having full control over the project, having no outside influence, and trying to create very UK centric or Europe centric projects, you know, that kind of they're very relatable, like you would for a movie when you're telling a story that you want your audience to understand and relate to, and use locations that are very unique to that particular place. I think will be really cool, like even shooting in Scotland or shooting somewhere really remote,
or in Ireland.
Ireland,
holy
for sure.
moly!
Or in Germany, you know, like somewhere, but not in Berlin, somewhere like completely abstract.
I live in south of Germany, not far from the Austrian border, near the Lake of Constance, and directly at the Donau, and the Donau Valley, if you want to say so. A really nice and beautiful landscape here. With great mountains and a lot of green and nature. I'm not so far also from the Black Forest, and the landscapes here are really nice, really, really. And where I live in my hometown, we have a really nice castle where we should. I did also some acting. I shot there a movie with the French. The French director Serge Moiti. He did a really nice movie about the Second World War story here, because the French lived in our castle, and he did a movie about the story time in the castle. And here in the castle, they were shot a lot, some kind of fairy tale stories for TV, and because it's one of the only castles in Germany which were not destroyed in the Second World War, so it's very old and kind of really great flair in it, and it's above on a hill over the Donau, and really nice,
beautiful,
really nice atmosphere. So I thought shooting locations here in Germany are enough. But I'm not sure if Germany is open enough for vertical scene. I don't know. I really don't know.
It could be a UK production. It could be a production from Turkey, whatever, that comes to Germany to shoot. You know, like we did for Italy. Same thing. I mean, that we'll still be putting money into the German economy. You know, we'll still be helping.
Yes.
It's so it's okay. I think just finding those stories that make sense for the location, I think, is what's needed for verticals, and also writing scripts that suit the budget. So
Do you really write also script?
Yeah, I write too. I haven't written any vertical script myself. I've written features, and I've written some stuff for TV, but I've never written any verticals.
Why not?
Well, it's on the cards for sure. I mean, I have a TV show that could quite easily be transferred into a vertical.
Kind of soap opera or what? The TV show?
It's based on a fertility. It's based on kind of IVF and fertility, but it's got a very romantic moment in the middle of it. The whole thing's based around a couple. So it does kind of make sense for the format, and it's very quick, and you could quite easily split it into 90-second episodes quite easily. I think. Yeah, I think it's cool, but we're discussing that at the moment. But yeah, I think that's kind of what the vertical scene needs, is just that, like, a little bit of thought and consideration over the script about what it is that you're shooting, and obviously not alienating the audience, obviously, because you've got an existing audience there you want to tap into and make sure they're happy, but also elevating the content, I guess, is the two things.
But I think the scripts have to change because the audience are fulfilled with some themes in the script, you know, this kind of traditional one with bad stepmom, bad stepsister, someone got kidnapped, someone got raped, a hidden identity billionaire, and some people are married to each other for 7 years and don't know each other and work together and don't even recognize each other. Yeah. So you know what I mean? So that was, I think that was nice in the beginning, but after 1 year and I don't know, 150 shows with exactly this storytelling, I think someone fresh is needed
Mhm.
to grow the audience more, but also to keep the audience satisfied because and not get bored of the every time same story. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I know the old story sells, and it's a kind of safety for the production companies to do that.
Mhm.
And new
The
stuff
platforms, yeah.
always take a little bit risk, but
Mhm.
I'm not sure if they keep going like this, if that wouldn't be negative to.
I think so. People are getting a bit over it, a bit bored of the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
But there are some like indie filmmakers now, especially from LA and stuff, and from London, that are making off their own back, making low budget verticals. But
yeah,
the storytelling is totally different. It's more like a TV show or something. Um, there's a few things, so they're getting there. I think it's just having a platform attached already from the beginning that want to do that
hmm.
is the key. And I think so. From my point of view, in the UK, I think it's we're developing a platform, a streaming platform.
Isn't there
Uh,
one in the UK yet?
Not released, no, nothing that's UK based.
Okay.
Not yet. But I think I know a few people doing the same thing. Um,
Hmm.
but so I think the next kind of few months, in the next 6, 7 months, there'll be maybe a few, 3 or 4,
Yes.
which
Okay.
is cool. And I think for me, point of view, when I have our platform, I guess it'll be something fresh, but also not too
Hmm.
fresh. We're going to experiment in the early days, see what
Yeah,
sticks, see what doesn't stick.
but it gets
Maybe
easier for you than
say again,
working
sorry.
with. But it gets easier for you then to have local
Yeah,
platforms than to work
yeah. I
with.
mean, both are great. I mean, I'm totally happy to still continue working with the Chinese platforms and the American platforms. But if there's a UK option that
Hmm.
we're going to develop ourselves, I think
Yes.
having that full control, full ownership, and co-produce with various other sort of production partners around the world,
Hmm.
I think we could do something really, really fun, really interesting, and as push the boundaries a little bit, but not too far. So we
Yeah.
completely change the format, just elevate and enhance what's already there. I think is the key.
Yeah. Yeah. Right at the moment, I have 48 platforms apps on my handy, so it doesn't matter if there will be some more when
Yeah.
they're fresh. No, every time a new vertical drop out, I have the feeling that it's on a new platform at the moment.
Hmm.
It's
There's like 120 or something. There's so many.
yeah, it's so yeah, and for the audience it's difficult, because a new
Hmm.
show drop on a platform and you want to watch this show, then you have to buy coins or even a membership, but it's only for this one show because it's not so developed that there are so many new stories to watch. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
if you have to get access or to buy access for only this one show, there is the risk that this one show costs to watch nearly 40, 50 euros.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
yeah, you know, for example, real short, you are able to buy a yearly membership, a weekly membership. So, and they drop really often a lot of new shows. So
Hmm.
I wait a little bit until there are, I don't know, for example, 20 new shows I want to see. And then I will buy a weekly membership and then I can watch a few shows for this price. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
even can rewatch it while having this membership. But there are still some platforms where you can't get a membership, where you have to
Hmm.
buy coins to watch every episode,
Wow. Yeah.
and that makes it really expensive for the audience. And
Hmm.
for I think for the audience it would be much easier if there were, I don't know, 10 big platforms and
Hmm.
not so many, when every platform has one show you want to watch. And
Yeah. 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 No, that's tricky. Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
it's
It's
kind
I
of
think everyone's
difficult.
trying to jump on the format and make
Yeah,
money, and
yeah, absolutely. It seems exactly like that at the moment. So,
Hmm.
when you said you're doing both vertical and horizontal, what
Hmm.
did producing vertical teach you, which is useful for the horizontal, and also what?
Vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I mentioned before, it's this understanding that I think even more than ever, time is money, but more than like when you're on set for a feature, you kind of you fully understand that you're on set, everyone's there, everyone's getting paid. There's pressure. You have to make sure you deliver. You can't get too bogged down in the tiny details, because I'm not at the level where I have £100 million. Everything is 5 million, 4 million, that kind of thing. So it's still tight for the stories. But when you're on a vertical set, you're kind of, it's even crazier. You have like 8 days sometimes. The longest I've ever done is 12 days. That was for Pride and Prejudice, for real short. But the others are usually, well, I did one in Canada, it was 6 days, but it was only 72 pages. So it was much shorter. And I think that's becoming a new thing, by the way, is like shorter projects, rather than having these like 150-page monstrosities where you have like 100 episodes. But it's usually, I think, having shorter ones are sometimes a bit more streamlined, cheaper to produce, and you can do more. You can do like 2 for the price of 1 almost.
Yeah.
But what it's taught me is just to be really aware of the pressure around you, and be aware of the fact that you have a responsibility to deliver in the time that you've got. And you only have, I mean, it's the extreme version. You have 2 takes, you move on, or 3 takes, move on. Whereas in a feature, you're not going to do 3, you're going to do like 7 or 6, depending on what it is that you're doing. But and you might shoot 5 pages a day, not 15. But it's kind of, or the most we did was 26 one day. That was a crazy
26.
26 pages in one day.
Holy moly!
But
was it a 20 hours day or what?
No, it was 11 plus 1. We did it in the time. But that's what I'm saying. We spent like, no, that's stupid. That was just stupid. You're not going to get any kind of quality for that.
Yeah.
It was just there was a scheduling mishap.
Okay.
So it was that was the issue. But yeah, so that's, from my point of view, it's learning that time is money. And what you can achieve in a short space of time is quite amazing, actually, when you finesse it, when you train that part of your brain, and when the team is all united together and you're all working in one direction rather than multiple directions. It's quite magical, actually, because you're working so fast, but there's 20-30 people all working at the same speed, and there's no waiting around like there is on a feature where the majority of the crew are just sitting waiting for their time. Whereas on a vertical, there's no time. Makeup, blah, 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 hair, like the lighting, everything's like crazy quick. And you're looking around. Sometimes as a director, you have more time than everyone else, because you're waiting for your moment to, hair and makeup to be finished. You're looking around, figuring things out, and you're like, this is quite amazing, actually, how fast people are working. And the energy is still there. The happiness is still there. Not always, sometimes the happiness is not there. But
totally understandable.
Of course, because the pressure's a lot. I mean, you're working really hard for a long time. But then when it comes together and you're shooting, I've kind of learned that if I can transfer the skills I've learned from a vertical pace into a feature, like I said before, the coverage you can create and get, but still keep the quality is amazing. And obviously slowing down like 20-30% is still great, and having that time to reflect on the shot and even watch it back, which is, my God, that'll be a luxury, to play back.
Do you think
that's my main thing,
that this time pressure influences the quality of the verticals, that a little bit more time would fit better for the quality of the verticals?
100%. Yeah, of course. I mean, you're stuck in this loop of pace. So you only get 2 takes. The actors only get 2 takes. That's one thing. But also the shots and the coverage are very basic. You haven't got time to be elaborate with your coverage. You can't go get some crazy top shot that would usually take, on a feature would take an hour to set up, because you've got the camera above the bed looking down perfectly.
Yeah.
There's no time for that. You can get high tripod and look down. But you're never going to get the same feeling as, something where you're like really engrossed in the frame as much as you would for a feature, because of the fact there's no time to set that shot up as you would want, But then you can still, that's another thing you've learned is how to be creative, how still to try to push it and get shots that aren't necessarily traditional. Like obviously your main coverage is straight, eye line level, basic, make sure the audience aren't freaked out by the screen being so small, and you're looking from like 90.
What are you doing when you have an actor with such big shoulders who barely fits in the vertical screen?
You cut off their shoulders, or you just go back a bit. Yeah.
So it's a bit more challenging also.
The width isn't so hard. It's the height that it's for some reason when you have the two actors that are really different in height, which
Okay.
a lot of the storylines are based on that. They love it when the actors are different heights. I'm like, my goodness, he's so tall, you know, and that happens a lot. But the other thing I've learned on a serious note actually is how to look after the actors more and be protective over their mental health, you know, and be aware of their needs as well, because it's quite easy to forget when you're working that fast that everyone has feelings, right? Everyone needs to
Yeah.
because you're like, good, move, next. But actually, in reality, these actors are doing some crazy things. The sort of hyper reality, that intimacy is quite extreme. Stunts can be quite extreme. Lots of breakaway glass, lots of punching, lots of slapping, all that kind of stuff, which we're trying to move away from. But it's for me, especially the intimacy is important, that the actors feel really comfortable. It's really like it's super important for me, because if they're not comfortable, then I'm not comfortable. The crew's not comfortable. The quality you produce isn't great, because it's awkward, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And it in the end it seems not real for the audience in the vertical. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think you can exactly see if an actor is comfortable in an intimacy scene or not. You can exactly see it on screen. You can exactly see it even when they are only kissing. If they are comfortable with this situation or not.
Yeah, 100%. And then you, as a person who's in charge of the scene and asking them to do the stuff, it just makes me. I'm like, no, I don't like this anymore. Let's change it. And then as soon as you say that, the client gets involved, and then they have a long conversation with the client, and it becomes tricky, you know. And you're like, well, the actors aren't going to do it, so that's kind of the final thing, right? You're not gonna force the actors to do anything ever. They have final sign off, not the client, not me, you know. They do.
Yeah.
When it comes to intimacy, that's always my rule. Which is the right way to do it, for sure. And you have to be aware of them and their feelings. And then when you give them the freedom a little bit as well in performance, not only intimacy but in the whole thing, you give them a little bit of freedom to kind of change the dialogue or kind of add a bit of ad lib into it. Especially for comedy, it's really cool. You can play in that space. And then you get something that's even better than the script. You get something that's more powerful, more funnier, more authentic. Everything. It feels more real, you know.
Are you more the type of director who says what I said is the rule, or are you more the type of no, I give the actor some space to maybe improvise in a scene as long as it's fit to the story, it's fine for me? Or what kind of director are you?
The second one, the freedom is important. The actors need freedom, and I kind of finesse it and guide it. But I don't force anyone to do anything. If it's a period drama like we did Pride and Prejudice, then it's tricky to ad lib because obviously the way that it's delivered is a certain way. But if there's an additional thing they want to do, they want to pitch an idea really fast, or they want to do it on camera, then cool, yeah, let's go. Let's try it. Because I think it's nice. It feels like a collaboration, and that's where I feel the most comfortable in a collaborative sort of space with everyone, with the DP, with the actors, with everyone. If they want to try something, let's go. Let's try it. Obviously, you're very limited in what you can try because you have 10 seconds, but you can do what you can do. You can try your best, you know, in that space. And then as soon as you do that, like I just said, it opens up the playtime, the feeling of play, which is so important on these kind of sets. If you're not playing on these sets, then it's very tricky because it becomes a robotic situation and everyone's just a bit more kind of tired, you know. It feels,
surely. And then it's not, so I think it should make fun for everyone to do this project. And then if a lot of people are, okay, it's just a job, let's do it, only 7 days, then we're finished and I'm out of here. I think that is not good for the verticals, which are critical in quality sometimes because of the shortened days. So I totally understand that it's totally needed to fit perfectly. Do you have always the same crew around you?
It varies on the production company, but I've worked a lot with the same crew for the UK productions. There's
Yeah.
a crew called 84 Film. They're really great. A DP duo called Matt and Tom, and they've done 15 now probably, or something along those lines, and they understand verticals really well. They own all their own equipment, which is great because it means that we're shooting on cinema level equipment, not Sony
Oh,
FX3s,
that's
which most
nice.
people shoot
Okay.
on. So we're shooting on mini LF, we're shooting on vintage Leica lenses. We have, beautiful cameras and beautiful imaging so that we're
Yes.
looking at an image that feels like high-end TV rather than
Hmm.
that pink kind of skin tone that Sony gives you.
So then it's more comfortable
Yeah.
for you if you know, okay, this crew, then I don't
Yeah.
have to explain this and that because that works with them. So
Yeah, we have like a non-verbal
yeah,
communication.
like
I
a
can just say
small
like,
family.
yeah, exactly. And we can be quite brutal with each other. I can be quite strong with them. They can tell me what they think of me, and it's there's no hard feelings. It's not like we're not going to be walking away
You are
crying or
still
getting really angry.
you are still friends after producing one.
Yeah, of course. We've done so many now. We totally get it. We get it. And there's always that like after lunch kind of dip that everyone has, when
Yeah.
everyone's tired. But yeah, I would say that they're kind of the most regular crew. But then also when I work with other production companies in the UK, there's sometimes it's like an all Chinese crew that kind of are more kind of younger maybe. And they're also super efficient and really, really talented as well. So it varies. And then what I did in Canada was great as well. I worked with a very local crew there, and they were all amazing.
Did you
They
work in
were
Vancouver or where did you work in
It was in
Canada?
Vancouver, yeah, with a company called Sparkland Pictures,
Okay.
and they've done many verticals. They've done like 60, I think, in a year, which is crazy. They've only been going for 1 year. And they've done, I think it's 60 or 40, I can't remember, but they've done so many
Yeah, that's a
in such a
lot. That's
short
a
space
lot.
of time. The CEO Roger has done a great job, and then I worked with Xiao, who's the assistant producer.
Okay.
But the crew there is just really. I felt the positivity from them all the way through. There was no situation where anyone was felt negative or stressed. It was always
Yes.
very positive, and which is quite rare because there's always a moment on set where
Hmm.
the dips, and gets a bit negative and a bit harder to work in that place.
Yeah.
But yes.
Did you film a vertical in LA already?
Not yet. No, I've not shot a vertical in LA. No, I've not.
Would
So
you?
hope maybe soon. Yeah. I mean, I've had a few scripts come from vertical actors and writers from LA that apparently have platform attached already.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I think it could be happening soon, potentially. So we shall see.
Did you
Yeah.
ever decline the script because of the shitty story or something like that?
I have, yeah, twice, yeah. Because it's for me the first draft of the script that comes through is always going to be, can I have a pass on the script? Can I do like not a rewrite, but can I at least localize it? And within the
Mhm.
localization, I'll change some of the stage directions, but I won't change the story. But I'll pitch ideas to the writer and the
Mhm.
client, because I know that from experience now that the actors that they've cast won't do that anyway. There's no way that they're going
Yeah.
to even
Yeah. Yeah.
say. So why would you leave it in the script if it's not going to be done on set?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's always a conversation. So the pre-production when it comes to script development is quite heavy. It can get
Are
quite
they open for
intense.
changes?
Yeah, a lot of them are. Yeah, as
Okay.
long as the story itself doesn't change. And when it comes to some of the main kind of the promotional points that they use in the
Yes.
advertising, there's a
Mhm.
longer conversation. And we have to kind of come up with a happy medium, like a solution where we're both happy.
Yes.
But then when we get on set, it's much easier because, we've discussed it. It's not like
Yeah.
you don't discuss it while you're on set and then it becomes like
Yeah.
a
You don't
long
have the time
conversation.
to discuss it on set.
Exactly, and that's when it gets really weird. And then you move on. You don't do what's in the script, but then you realize the energy's changed a little bit, and you're like, oh. But yeah, it's better to do it first beforehand for sure. Yeah.
What needs a script for you to catch you? You know what I mean? When you read a
For me,
script, what are the points where you say, "Oh yes, I'm totally open to do it"? Or are you more the type, "Okay, I'm just looking if there is not too much, I don't know, violation or something like this. If that is okay, I'm fine to do that." Or what kind of selection guy are you? Are you selecting more the challenging one? Are you selecting more the usual one because you know, okay, then I know what I have to do now?
Mm.
Or what kind of type are you?
I think it's, for me, it's like if the client is willing to be flexible
Yes.
on the changes, then I'm kind of happy, you know, because then I know that I can shoot it. Everyone will be happy on set. We'll produce something cool, and that's kind of the end. But that doesn't necessarily excite me. I don't feel super excited by that because it's just another. It becomes like another vertical, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if the script comes through that's trying something different, that's not your usual format, that has really interesting characters that you can play with, cool locations, and also they're trying to do what's written on page. They're not trying to cheat everything.
Mm-hmm.
But then for me, that's exciting, you know, because then I can play more, you know. And it's, as a director, all you want to do is play. You want to have, you know, you want to have that freedom of choice, and not be too kind of put into the boxes, you know, because if the client's there on set, sometimes they can be very micromanaging. They can really micromanage every decision that you make.
Okay.
And sometimes they don't. So it really depends on the platform. And,
do you work with,
producers.
are you open to all kind of platforms, or do you have 3-4 platforms with your works especially?
No, all platforms are fine. I think I've worked with, I'm not sure how many now, quite a few. Some smaller ones, some bigger ones. I've done Real Short, done Drama Box.
Is there a difference between the smaller and bigger ones?
Not
for you as a director?
Not really, actually, not really. It depends. Like the Real Short, the Real Short experience is always really nice because I know the producers there, and they're from America and they come to the UK, and it's always quite an exciting feeling because they're trying to push it, you know, as best they can. Whereas some of the other platforms, when they've done loads in a row and they're literally the producers going from country to country shooting back to back, you can tell that for them this is just another job, you know.
Okay.
They just feel tired, you know. They just feel a bit like I've just come from LA and now I'm going to Ukraine tomorrow, or I don't know, wherever, you know. So it feels tricky for them. It feels like they're just on another set. They don't even know where they are sometimes.
What time is it? What day is it? Are we back?
It must be a crazy life. It must be a crazy life.
I did some IT projects all over the world, and I had exactly that problem. I only saw the offices and the hotels. And on some days, one day we flew from China to a completely different country. And then in China, you were 6 hours before Germany, and then you were 8 hours behind. And sometimes it was really, what day is it? Are we now backwards or forward? What? So totally irritations about where are we? What's this hotel? Oh, okay. So I totally understand it. If you're a little bit lost too, because you don't know where you are at the moment, because the hotels and so on are mostly the same.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the feeling I was getting from them. It must be hard, you know. And also their job is then to report back to the writer, who's usually in China or somewhere in the world. And they have to feed back on what's happening on set. And it's kind of a, you know, I think they do a really good job in terms of kind of keeping the crew on track and making sure we don't deviate too much from the story, especially because it's very tempting sometimes to go, actually, let's not do that, let's do this instead. But obviously, you know, it's like for me, it's a commercial narrative, like hybrid, you know. You're doing both at the same time. It's not like a movie. That's the main difference, actually, I'd say, when it comes to producing verticals or directing, is you have to get sign-off, you know. You can't just do anything you want. You have to stick to the story. If you want to change something, for me, it's best to check with the client first before just going ahead and doing it, because that's sometimes they're like, oh no, we have to reshoot that now. You're like, okay, whoops. So it's best for you to check in, but a lot of the time it's fine that they have a collaborative feeling, which is lovely. I've had a few where they are very strict and you have to stick to the dialogue and everything perfectly, and that's, to me, a bit crazy because the dialogue sometimes doesn't really make sense, you know.
Yep, absolutely. And I think for the actors, it's also difficult to learn directly dialogue in such a short time.
And especially when it's grammatically incorrect, you know, so then sometimes you're speaking like Yoda.
So
Like speaking
when it's
backwards.
kind
Yeah.
of KI translation or something
Yeah,
like this.
exactly. Yeah, then that's 'cause it hasn't been localized properly. You know, that's the localization team hasn't done it to a sort of Western standards. So it's still you
Hmm.
still end up with these backwards sentences and all that kind of stuff. So it feels, yes, and then some clients tell me that actually people like that because it's so different.
Really?
Yeah, which I think is not true.
No, because to be honest, sometimes it seems that the actors are kind of stupid. You know what I mean? So that they
Yeah,
cannot say a completely sentence or weirdo
yeah, that's
things where you
crazy.
thought,
Yeah.
what? You
Mm.
are you are a kind of, I don't know, a lawyer in this scene, but you cannot even talk straight through. What the heck? What's
There
happening?
we go. There we go. That's nice.
So
Yeah,
it's kind of confusing when
it's
they
very confusing. Yeah.
have such a high studied job in the role, but
Hmm.
they act like a weirdo psychopath in wording and
Yeah, it could get tricky. It can get tricky. So that's always a challenge with the script for sure. The script's the main challenge, really. I think everything else now that I've done so many is okay. You know,
hmm.
it's just the script. If we could just fix the script from the very beginning and have it that everyone's happy, including the
Yeah.
actors, everyone feels really good about it, then the
So
whole
should the
process will
actors
be.
also be involved more from the beginning?
I think I'm always an advocate for the actors as soon as they're even not even attached, like penciled. So when you're still casting,
Yeah.
um, they should maybe not see the whole script, but at least see. Well, yeah, I think the whole script, you know. But once you get down to like the last two or three choices, I
Yes.
think send the whole script out. Make sure they might look at it and go, absolutely not. I'm not interested in this. I don't want to do it because
Yeah.
sometimes they're casting based off just the sides, just the audition sides, you know.
Yes.
And
Just one
and that
scene and you
yeah, and
don't
then
know.
everything's a shock, you know, because you get attached and you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
So
I
it's
spoke
yeah.
to some actors and I asked, did you ever realize a vertical you did after shooting? What the heck was that? I
Yeah.
didn't expect it to come this way. And a lot tell me, yeah, to be honest,
Mm.
the casting scenes looked nicer than the total thing was.
Yeah, exactly. That's quite easy. You can avoid that quite easily if you send the script out. You can send an NDA
Yeah.
if you're scared they're going to take the script, but I think even so, I think it's just nice. It makes everything easier, the whole process, if everyone's aware of what's going to happen,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
the intimacy, especially the action, especially the overall story, everything. You know, it's important for the actors to be aware of that and understand what they're getting themselves into. You know.
So playing with open cards from the beginning to all of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
involved
100%.
people. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
I'm
no, I
sure.
mean,
I'm sure.
yeah, and
But why?
obviously you can't.
But why don't they do it at the moment?
I
Do
think
you
it's
know it?
partly down to the speed, the time they've got to cast it. A lot of the time, you have 5 days to cast the entire project, you know, or something,
Yeah.
and it's just a lot of stuff gets lost because you're just flying. The casting director's just doing such a crazy job in such a short space of time, and has a lot of pressure because the clients are very, very picky in who they choose
Mm-hmm.
um, for the roles. So you kind of have to go back and forth. You're flying around, and it's a lot of pressure for them because they have like a very quick deadline. They haven't got like a feature where you have 6 months to cast your lead actors, you know, which is beautiful, of course. And then you can send the script, and the script is what sells the film, you know. On a feature
Yeah.
film, you send the
Yeah.
whole script to your leading actor and say, "Do you
Yeah.
like it?" And then you wait for 2 months before you hear back. So it's like,
So
so
it's
it's
not bad to have such less time, but sometimes
yeah,
I got a
exactly.
mail today from an actor which I normally had recorded tomorrow, that he got yesterday evening the information that he have his next project starting
Yeah,
on Wednesday in Turkey. So he has to
wow.
fly out from the US to Turkey, and that's was the reason why he asked me to reschedule it, because he
Hmm.
didn't know that he has to go tomorrow to Turkey.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
when I hear something about this, I think, okay, really? He get informed yesterday that he will shut a new project in 3 days, and he has to learn the text till then? Oh, come on.
Well, it's
That's
impossible.
so
I think the actors can't learn everything before they get on set. A lot of the time, with the time they've got, it's impossible. So you have to learn based on the schedule, based on the shooting schedule. So you just learn for what you're going to shoot that day. You go home, you learn for you're going to shoot the next day. That's the kind of the only way to do it.
And then
really.
you shoot 15 pages in the next day, and then you have a 30 or 12-hour shooting day, and then you come back to the hotel and you have to read the total.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's amazing, because some actors I meet, like Andre, for example, or Sky, or the actors I worked with in Canada, just the last 2 projects, it always fascinates me how quickly they can just pick up the dialogue, and they look at it, we'll do a rehearsal, and then we shoot, and it's like, you haven't, obviously they've seen the dialogue before, but they haven't learned it properly. They haven't had time with it. So it's always amazing how their brains are so adapted. They can really switch it on.
It's not for you to go in front of the camera and be an actor, or what?
Not unless I'm forced, or someone's going to pay me millions of pounds.
If they say, then listen, come on, go in front of the camera. I've been offered a few supporting roles in verticals. I'm always like, guys, come on, man. I'm directing. Not a lead
not
to learn so many pages per day.
No. I have a lot of admiration for that skill. It's amazing what they do.
When did you start with directing?
So I've been a filmmaker for about 12 years, 11 and a half years, something like that. So the first chunk of time I was just self-shooting. So I was shooting everything. I had like loads of cameras, loads of equipment, and just shot everything, anything you could imagine. But I was a dancer before that. So I was I went from dancing to filmmaking. I had an injury, and that was the transition. So I was making a lot of dance film, a lot of music videos with dancers in them, because all my friends were dancers.
Dance vertical would be nice, huh?
You know what I want to do? I want to do a musical. I want to do a proper gritty London-based musical. I think it'd be very cool.
But not so kind of high school musical, please.
No, like a gritty one, like a powerful, gritty, like
that's good.
Musical.
That's good. Not this kind of high school. No.
No, none of that. I think it's something quite like, something. So I've got many concepts I want to do, but that particularly makes me very excited. Having and I know an amazing, he's a musical theatre director, and he's done huge.
A lot
Broadway
of actors
and West End
are
shows.
Also singing and had educations in musicals.
Yeah, exactly. My wife's the casting director, and she's also an amazing singer, so she knows loads of people, musicians, and I think we can make it happen. We can make it happen. It's going to be a little bit more expensive than the usual vertical, because we have to produce all the music. Okay, which is obviously one part that is never taken into account for verticals. They just use stock music.
But I'm sure that would be great, and the audience would love it. I'm sure.
And I think a musical's a performance. Like, imagine it'd be very intimate. It won't be a huge, massive piece of choreography with hundreds of people, of course, because that'd be crazy in a vertical frame.
No, but it can also have the kind of rom-com style. Like
100%.
Grease, for example.
Mm-hmm.
They have also the kind of rom-com.
No, for sure. It has to have the romantic foundation in the middle of it, but then having really cool, gritty music around it, like maybe some hip hop,
kind of
maybe
soundtrack,
some
great of soundtrack. Oh yeah. That would be.
And
great.
Then you could also buy the music separately as well.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that would be great.
Well, there we go. This is you're selling it for me now, so that's great. Thank you.
The thing is, when I talked, for example, to Michael Vaccaro, he has also done some musicals in his earlier. He started acting and so on early, and he told me that his dream is to do a musical vertical. And he's actually
coming to London. He's emailed me 2 days ago. Michael Vaccaro did.
He comes also to Germany and to Italy with
nice.
Roberta Sparta. They will shoot in 3 weeks in Italy or 4. And he booked a movie in Germany. So then he said he will catch up a train and visit me. So he's coming to Europe. Yeah, and he told me, because he's Italian in his roots, his dream is to live in Italy and to act all over Europe. Then he's not kind of super happy in LA anymore. So
Yeah, well, he told me he wants to come to London and do some things. He's in that Game of Choice things where Toolflix is coming out, which
he
sounds...
promoted this to me, the Game of Choice. You have to watch it. This would be the greatest one I've done. Okay.
Okay, nice. Well, apparently it's going to be it's very big. Toolflix, they do quite big concepts and big stories. Like the one we did
he told me that that this will be a really nice one, but I'm not sure when it's coming out. I think next 2 weeks or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. I think it's did he say anything? No, he didn't tell me in the email, but yeah.
And he told me also that for example, Sofia De Lucchi also is great in musical singing and acting. And I'm sure there are a lot of actors.
Yeah, and in London, I mean, I know so many in London, like singers and actors and dancers, and we can make something really, really cool. I think something quite powerful. But I just
not only one, hopefully.
No, not only one. No. You could do a whole sequel of musicals. You could do a whole world of musicals. It'd be amazing. But yeah, initially one musical's cool, and I have writers writing some amazing. I have like sci-fi, horror, all different genres, but with a romantic middle,
Yeah,
foundation.
but horrors, I don't understand why everyone likes horrors. I don't like it. I cannot watch it. If I will watch a horror on my own, I live alone here in the house. Oh, spooky. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I'm more the kind of, I would love to see more comedy in verticals.
Me too. Yeah.
More kind of musical stuff. I spoke to Roberta, and we want to have a Western.
Nice. Well, there's a Western. I'm shooting a feature in Spain, in Almira, which is the
with the kind of saloon style and the duels, that's great.
Proper. Yeah, we have that because there's a set in Almira which is already there from lots of movies, and you can literally, and there's a ranch round the corner with 300 horses.
Holy moly! I have to tell Roberta this that the location is there.
Yeah, it's ready to shoot, but we're shooting a feature there. But I'm actually going to pitch to the producers that we shoot a vertical and a feature. Yeah. We shoot both because the script actually makes sense for both. So I think
Western vertical would be so nice.
A proper one, yeah.
Maybe also with some kidnapping and shooting, very welcome. But in this style, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because it's based in that time where it happens.
Yes.
Because also we have some quite famous actors in it. So it could be quite fun if they're up for doing a vertical as well as a feature. So then we'd have
I trust you. I trust you then that you can make it happen. I trust you.
I'm pitching it, and they're getting their head around it. They're like, but then I'm saying there's two distributions. You can do cinema and streamers, and you can do vertical platforms.
Yeah, why not?
You can get some more money. Why not?
Yeah, it's all win.
Exactly.
No disadvantages to do that. Not.
There we go. Let's do it. It's going to be good. I think hopefully they'll let me do it. It'd be really cool.
I trust you that you can manage this.
Appreciate it, Michaela. Appreciate it.
At the end, I ask everyone a 5-question quickie. So I love to cook. I know, but in England, the food is sometimes kind of, let's call it different for me.
Everyone says that, but you just need to know where to go, where to eat. I guess if you're eating at home, it's your choice. But if there are, like in London, there's some of the best food in the world in London, for sure.
Yeah, but traditional English food is kind of weirdo. I love more the German traditional food, to be honest.
No, me too. Me too. Yeah, I love Austrian.
Austrian food, the Kaiserschmarrn and so on.
Yeah, it's very good. Very good.
I'm sure that there's nothing in the UK which compares to a really great Kaiserschmarrn, huh?
You're right. Yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, I was lucky to have that when I was little, when I was young. But no, to be fair, there's a few amazing restaurants that have amazing. Anyway, I'm not going to back up
cook?
English food.
Can you cook?
I can cook, but I'm not like high level. I'll cook basic, but really well. That's my thing.
Can you cook Austrian style? Can you do a Kaiserschmarrn?
I've never done one actually. Maybe I should learn.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. I'm
sure your wife and kid also be yay.
You were right. Yeah. Okay, it's time. You've inspired me. I'll do that.
Yeah, try it.
Okay.
No, so what's your favorite dish, actually?
My favorite dish. I love, I have this um chopping board thing, right? I have one big chopping board and I'll put on like a load of different things on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do like a whole like carb situation, but I'm eating very healthily at the moment, trying my best to not eat too much crap. But so I'll do like I'll do like a little salad with some really nice olive oil, really
Yes.
good olive oil, like really,
From
really beautiful
Italy.
stuff.
I hope you imported some from Italy.
I did.
when you
I bought this huge. I bought this huge thing which I snuck into my hand luggage, but that was that was good. Like a massive, like 7 liter. It was
Yeah,
it was
but
too much. But
it tastes so great. Original olive oil from Italy.
yeah,
Oh, holy.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very good, and it's so good for you. So good for you, man.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, do that. Then I'll do like some nice meat, maybe some good steak or something like that, or some lamb, like nicely cooked, like thin
Mm-hmm.
slice. Some good sourdough bread,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe some like sliced avocado as well with like lemon and
Well, that sounds
a little,
nice. And
yeah,
healthy.
just unhealthy, yeah. But then if I want like unhealthy, a good burger is my thing, man.
A burger is always
But like
burger.
a good one.
Yeah, especially. But I think burgers getting more and more better than the early burgers. It's not
Hmm.
junk food anymore. It's more in some really great restaurant you can eat delicious burgers.
You're right.
It's
Yeah, and London's got a crazy burger scene. There's so much competition to have. You have Byron Burger's the big one, and you have Honest Burger. You have all the kind of smaller burger places. The street food is crazy here as well. You have the markets, the burgers there. They win all these crazy awards. Or like I do actually like Texan barbecue as well, which is
I
we have
published a
so much meat.
cookbook. I published a cookbook,
Oh,
and
nice.
there were 2 recipes in it for burgers. One was a Galloway burger
Mm,
with the mango chutney, and
nice.
the other one was a wild boar burger.
Mm. Well, the one is
I
good.
And the wild boar burger I cooked for a 2-star Michelin chef in a TV
Wow.
show. Yeah, and he never had it in this combination like I did.
Mm,
And he said, "Okay, wow, I never thought that wild boar could taste so fine because a lot of people ate wild boar or deer or something like that, but in the wrong
hmm.
way, and then they don't
Yeah.
like it."
Hmm.
And I
You
like
have the
this
skills. You have the
wild boar
skills.
burger. Yeah, I
That's
really,
cool.
I have the skills and the dogs to go hunting, you know.
Nice. Wow. Okay. So you actually
So
hunt the wild boar and then you bring it back?
a wild boar, I let my colleagues hunt the boars because I have too many respect for wild
Yeah.
boars.
Yeah,
To
me
be
too. Me too.
honest, what's your
Mm.
favorite film? Not
Oh,
it hasn't one of yours. What film
it,
catches you?
my favorite film. My goodness, I can never answer this question. I'm always really bad at it.
Yeah, but at the
Um,
moment, which film you saw latest was, oh, that's really nice. That's
so do you know what? It's not a new one. It's Disaster Artist. Have you seen that?
nope.
It's based on the film The Room. Have you seen The Room?
Yes.
The worst film ever made, right? So
Yeah,
but it's based on the making of that.
I didn't watch it till the end, to be honest.
Well, it's become this cult classic, right? Because it's so bad that it became good. And
Uh,
it's the whole story of the making of it
yeah.
is hilarious, and it's also a bit like Verticals because it's like the whole scene of like how a movie. I mean, it's not like Verticals at all. It's just made you feel a bit similar in terms of the audience reaction. So there's a scene right at the end where they're watching the movie, and
Yeah.
the guy who made the movie is sitting there watching it as well, and he made it as a very serious piece of art, right?
Okay.
But he's was a little bit deluded, unfortunately. So the audience were watching it ready to see a piece of drama, but it turned out to be a comedy because it was so bad, right? But that's why it became so good, because people were laughing and crying with laughter because every scene that was meant to be dramatic just was hilarious, you know?
Hmm.
So that's kind of what happened. And I think that's the way that Disaster Artist tells that making of story is just, it just hits home a little bit. It's a cool film. It's a cool film. Really, really well done. And it's nice and old as well. I do like old movies,
Okay.
older movies, yeah,
And what's your
myself.
favorite song? What kind of music do you listen? to calm down or even to cheer up?
I'm very eclectic. I have a record player at home, so I listen to lots of records. But I like Paolo Nutini. I like Bob Marley. I'm definitely into hip hop because my background I was a break dancer for a long time, so I still have that in my bones,
In the blood.
In the blood.
Running
So when
through the
I hear a
blood.
good beat, anything with a good beat, I'm ready. I'm ready to just.
You're shaking.
I don't know. Yeah. Exactly. I have a small fit. It's good. Yeah, look, I think whatever. I mean, anything that just captures me and makes me feel good. It's just I'm open to new stuff a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't have one favorite thing, unfortunately.
What's your favorite vertical so far you've produced? Which one would advise me if I would ask, tell me one of your verticals I should have watched?
I'd say watch Pride and Prejudice, purely for the production value, I think, because all the costumes and the hair and the makeup are they're sort of high-end TV level,
Okay.
So when you're watching it, and some of the frames, you're just like, wow, this is like you would see on a TV show, like the same sort of level. We had some of the team from Bridgerton were there. So we had a really amazing team on that. That's cool to watch. And also the storytelling's cool, the acting's great.
Which platform is it?
It's on Real Short.
Okay.
That one. Then I think when Set Sail comes out, I think it's going to be a fun one because of the location. I think that's the main thing in Italy. It's on Tourflix.
I'm really excited to see it. Totally new.
Yeah,
in some verticals, you now see the every time same billionaire home stuff. It's not nothing new. The mansions.
100%. Yeah, it gets quite boring. The whole office and CEO and
he lives there too. Oh, he lives there also. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense. But this one is actually each location was the actual location, which is great. We didn't really cheat that much. So the shooting on a yacht was tricky. Because it's so small inside. Even a nice yacht like this, the bedrooms were tiny. So it was tricky.
Yeah,
that was tricky. But I think they did a good job. We made it. We did it. Yeah. I mean, we lost our minds, but we did it. And the yacht was great. We had some good stunts, like falling off the yacht quite a few times. We had a stunt guy doubling. Okay. Even Andre jumped off the yacht with supervision.
Okay.
So it was quite. And we made sure we practiced it. It was very safe, of course. It was just a nice experience, and then the locations away from the yacht, just the actual old town and everything were just really, really cool. So that's a good one for that.
Okay.
Yeah, those two I'd say.
What kind of genre are you missing at the moment?
In verticals?
Yeah, only of musical.
Yeah, musical for sure. More comedy, definitely. I would love to see a really, really cool kind of dark comedy with some quite powerful storytelling, looking at some interesting topics that aren't necessarily very vertical topics, like something that's current and powerful, but also really funny. That's important. And I think it lends itself so well to comedy, the kind of size of the screen, the fact you're seeing performance only, you're
yes,
a lot of the time you can just see the face and really absorb that kind of joke. And if you find someone that's great at landing those punchlines and the timing, I think that's you're done. You're sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then I think those two would be musical and the comedy, or comedy musical also. Combine it together.
Not? Yeah, why not?
Which it will be. I mean, it's not going to be a serious musical. I don't think there'll be serious parts of it though, for sure.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's totally fine. But I think musical is so refreshing and good mood making that comedy also would fit perfectly in it. Why not?
Yeah, agreed.
It would be a kind of weird if it was a musical horror style or something like that.
Yeah, that's thriller.
So, I'm really. Yeah. I hope you get through with the Western.
Yeah, I'll do my very best.
Hopefully,
best. I mean, my hopes. Anyway,
my hopes are all in you.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, there we go. Fingers crossed. I mean, it's going to cost a bit more money to shoot it as a vertical as well, so it's just persuading them.
But I'm sure it will bring also a bit more money.
Probably the same amount of money.
Yes.
They're probably not going to make any money. But
And we will
but
see.
it'll be we'll see.
We'll
It'll be a good experiment. I'd love to.
Yeah. Dan, thank you very much for taking time to talk with me. It was a
No
pleasure.
problem.
So have a lot of good time in your new projects, upcoming projects now. And I'm
Thank you.
sure we will see from you in the next month a lot.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Keep in touch. I'll let you know what's
We
happening
will
next.
do. We will do. Thank you very much. Have
No
a nice
worries.
day.
Ciao for now. Bye.
Bye. This is a wrap on this episode, and I hope you tune in again.